Unlimited fam, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wake up, good morning, go do your do. Hey, I wanted to just come on live real quick and talk about why I'm a little sad. And I see this as a trend with a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that I'm counseling and helping. And I see that they're just kind of falling short. They're not really achieving the goals, and I'm talking about even the smaller goals that they're setting for themselves. And I was thinking this morning, I'm going, why? And I think this is going to really help people right now. I'm going to give you some nuggets of help, some truth, some reality checks, and I think this is going to really help you. Because a lot of people think about goals and they think that they have to be these big, huge things, right? But I'm telling you, 3 people this week, just 3 this week, and it's only Thursday, have come to me and said, I haven't achieved the goal that I wanted to achieve, and it was a small goal. And I'm thinking like, well, there was nothing standing in the way of you achieving that small goal. So why? But I'll come back to that. I'll come back to them in just a sec. But what I want to talk about when I was a kid, before I joined the Air Force, I think a lot of you guys know my story. I didn't grow up with any family, any parents. And really, in order for me to get out of the hood and get into a situation that was good for me, I had to get out of California. And so I knew that I really wanted to join the Air Force. But why the Air Force? What sparked the Air Force? There was a guy named Ron Barnick who was like a big brother to me. And Ron was in the Air Force. He was a pilot in the Air Force. And I would go to his house and I would see things from all over the world. I'd see things from Japan, from Italy, from Asia. And I'm like, this is amazing. It's just little things like I have now, just things from all over the world. And I could visualize myself being in those places. I could visualize myself being in Italy, driving down the Amalfi Coast, right? Or sailing in Greece, or laying out on the beach in Turkey, right? I could see myself doing those things. And that drove me to want to join the Air Force so I could see the world, so I could experience the world and be all over the place. But I could see it. I could visualize this. And I'm going to come back to the visualization in just a sec because it's important. It's an important aspect of who you are and how you're going to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. I'm telling you. So I could visualize myself being in these places. But I was hit with reality when I went to go take the test. So there's a test called the ASVAB test, the Armed Services Vocational Battery Test. And it's the test that allows you to join any branch of the military. And in the U.S., the ASVAB score that you have to have has to be higher in order to join the Air Force. So I went in right after high school. I took the ASVAB, and I didn't score high enough to get in the Air Force. That was devastating to an 18-year-old kid trying to make something of himself, right? Trying to get out of the hood, trying to do something. I had no parents, no family to kind of fall back on. I was sleeping in a trailer in a field, and I said, man, I gotta do something, right? I can't stay in the situation I'm staying in now. And the Air Force said, sorry, Dave, you're not good enough. You're not good enough to join. Bye-bye. The Army and the Navy and the Marines wanted me. I could join all 3 of those, right? But the Air Force was my goal. And I said, well, do I give up on my goal to take something just a little less me, a little less of what I want? How many of you are giving up on your goals, on yourself, to take a lesser version of what you want? A lesser version of yourself. How many of you guys are doing this? I mean, I'm serious. Think about it. You're giving up on your own dreams, yourself, to get an easier version of it, a lesser version of it. You're telling yourself you don't deserve the bigger, right? You don't deserve the best. You deserve good enough. No, you don't deserve good enough. You have a goal and you can achieve your goal. It's just, what is it going to take to achieve it? This is when I come back to the visualization. I visualize myself being in the Air Force, not in the Marines, not in the Army, not in the Navy, the Air Force. I visualize myself going all around the world, sitting on the beach in Greece. I visualized myself doing these things, and I said, no, I'm not going to sell myself short. So this little kid that barely graduated high school, actually, I graduated high school because they wanted to get me the hell out of the school. I'm sure of it. So I didn't score high enough on the test to get in the Air Force. And I said, I guess I need to study, right? Because I didn't give up on myself. I didn't think that I wasn't capable. I always thought, if someone else did it, I could do it. The end. There's no physical, mental limitations that I have compared to someone else that has done it. So I said, I'm just not smart enough right now. All right, I'll study. And that's what I did. I kept that vision of what I wanted and I kept studying. I went and got 2 ASVAB tests from the library, checked them out of the library. You guys, older people, you remember libraries, right? I checked them out of the library. I sat in a little trailer out in the field that I was living in, and I studied every single day. And I visualized myself every single day being in the Air Force, passing the ASVAB, leaving California. I could see it. I could feel it. I could smell it. I wanted it. That's the drive that you guys have to have with every goal you set. Yo, goes. Good morning, brother. Love you. Every goal you set, no matter how big it is or how small it is, you need to sit and visualize yourself accomplishing the goal. What's the end? Right? What's the end result? I have a lot of friends that are motivational speakers, right? I joined this program by Les Brown. And through the program, and Les Brown is a huge motivational speaker. And through the program, I've made a lot of friends. And some of us have become pretty close lately. And I started this group, this Power Voice group, and we meet every Sunday, right? So every Sunday we meet and we give our speeches. And so my point is, a lot of us want to be motivational speakers. We want to be like Les Brown, speaking to 80,000 people at the Georgia Dome, right? What's it going to take? What's it going to take for my fellow motivational speakers out there, for you to get in front of people, if it's 10, 15, 200, 2,000, 80,000, get in front of them and speak. I'm going to give you something for free. This is free. Visualize yourself doing it. See yourself, not this BS visualize. Oh, I can see, but visualize yourself up on stage, giving a speech to 80,000, 100,000, 2 million people. And guess what? We have this platform right here, Facebook, where you can go live and give your speech to 1 million people at a time. So all my motivational speaker friends, if you're really, really hungry, if you're really, really driven, visualize yourself doing it. The second point, for free, is your self-worth. Self-worth. This is a problem that I've never had, even as a kid, even growing up, being abused by my parents, by my stepfather. My mom was just a drunk and never around. But I was abused by a lot of people, actually. And I never let that define me. I never let that impacted my self-worth. I actually thought I was worth way more than I actually was as a kid. But I never had a problem with my self-worth. I never had a problem with thinking that I'm bigger than I am. And a lot of people said, oh, you're stuck up. Oh, you're full of yourself. Be stuck up and full of yourself if it needs to be impacting your self-worth, right? Because these three people that I talked to, I mentioned at the beginning that I'll tell you about this. I won't mention them by name. That I talked to this weekend, their self-worth is shit. And if you're watching this and you're one of them, because all three of you guys are on my Facebook, I love you and I care about you and I mean this. Your self-worth, right? What you think of yourself is getting in your way of visualizing the goodness that you could be doing with your life. You're getting in your own damn way. Your self-worth, what you think of yourself when you look in the damn mirror and you say, it's Dave again. I'm fat. I'm not very good looking. I'm just not very articulate. I don't really do cameras. I'm not good on camera. I don't speak well. What makes you any different from anyone else? Any millionaire, any billionaire, anyone that's been up on stage, anyone that's doing whatever you're visualizing or need to be visualizing, what makes you different? Oh, I'm an introvert. I don't really speak well. Well, if your goal is to be speaking on stage, guess what? You're not an introvert anymore. Don't let what you think of yourself get in the way of what you want. You're settling. You remember we talked about settling. I didn't want to settle. I refused to settle for the Army or the Navy or the Marines. My goal was the Air Force. I didn't want to settle. I didn't say, well, I guess I'm only worth being in the Army or the Marines or the Navy. The Air Force said no, so I'm not good enough for the Air Force. Screw that crap. Get good enough. You may not be good enough right now. You may not be. That could be a total reality. Maybe you are not good enough to get up on stage in front of 100,000 people and speak. Guess what? You can get good enough. You can be good enough. And the only way to get there, the only way to be there, is to get out of your own damn way. Once you get out of your own way, once your self-worth is where it needs to be, then you can start visualizing. Visualizing. I think that's the right word. You can start envisioning yourself. I'll change it up. You can start envisioning yourself in the position that you want to be in, you guys. I love you guys, and I know that you can. I know that you can. You just have to have that drive. You have to be driven for yourself, for your own goals. And these three people that I talked to this week, these were little goals, you guys, little goals, and they let their self-worth get in the way of accomplishing little goals that they set for themselves. Forget the big goals. You can't accomplish the big stuff in life. You can't visualize the big stuff in life if you can't get out of your own way for the little stuff in life. It's impossible. It won't happen. You got to believe that you deserve better, that you deserve your dream, that you deserve your goal. I don't know what in me when I was a kid and all of my life made me the way I am. I don't know. It's almost innate. Maybe it was out of survival, right? I had to figure stuff out for myself. When I was a kid, I had to feed myself. My mom was drunk all the time. I had to do stuff for myself. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I've spent a lot of money as an adult, on self-help, coaches, people that can help me, people that can elevate me, things that can help me and elevate me. And I consume that stuff daily now. Daily. So I encourage you to reach out to me, to reach out to someone that you think is a great life coach or a great motivator or whatever, mentor, whatever you want to call us. And hopefully they can help you get out of your own way. Because I believe that you can achieve whatever you want. Unless you have a physical or mental condition that doesn't allow you to get where you want to go, you can do it. There's no difference between me and Bill Gates except he has a great back and I have 5 screws in my spine. Whatever. All right. I'll end this. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, reach out to me, Unlimited Potential, or www.upna.net. If you're looking for some good coaching, some good advice, some good people in your corner. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend coming up in a couple of days. Peace.